With Pride and Equality magazine, and I am happy to be here today with the infamous Andrew Christian.
Infamous.
Infamous.
Wow.
Yes, I'm going to give you infamous. So this is your first time here in Albuquerque.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
So how are you liking it? I know you probably didn't expect it to be so cold.
I didn't
today.
expect it to be so cold. I expected it to be a lot warmer.
Yep. Just wait 5 minutes. The weather will change to something you like.
Okay.
It's usually how we work here.
Awesome.
So we are here to talk about your new book, Sex, Power, and Freedom. Gorgeous cover, gorgeous photos. I really love this work. What inspired for this book to come to pass?
Well, I had the idea to come up with a book featuring, sexy photographs of my models. Mm-hmm. And then, I was like, I thought about it, and I wanted to be a concept behind it. So I wanted it to be how sexual power relates to political freedom. And so I was working on it, and actually I completed the book and I sent it off to the printers, and then the election happened.
Oh wow.
And
So I was
luckily,
wondering about that, if it's happened before.
Luckily I was able to pull it back, and I rewrote about half of it. It was already going in that direction, but the results of the election definitely gave it a voice.
So I would because I was going to ask why the importance. It feels, I think with some people they feel when the topic of sex happens, many already know. Why talk about it? Why the need to talk about sexual freedom? What's so important about it?
Well, if you're sexually free, you're politically free without any consequence to yourself, your family, your job position, whatnot. So I felt this was important. LGBT people are still not a protected class in the U.S., which is a big problem. And, in the past 3 weeks, we've seen that things are going backwards now in terms of our rights being taken away.
So just going right to the election, how did you feel the moment that you found out that he won?
I was just I was flabbergasted. I didn't even think it was a possibility. I think myself, like a lot of my other friends and people I know, and family, were living in the bubble, what they call it,
Mm-hmm.
Where we're not exposed to people that have that point of view.
So, being that we're now in the Trump world in this sense.
I don't even like to use his
I
name.
know, I don't. In fact, for the rest of the city, we should just say 45. That's what we're going to do. But for 45, we're now living in the 45 era. With this particular book, because a lot of people that are supporters and that would follow his logic, whatever that logic is, they would probably see this as a perception that the gay and lesbian community, that they are what they would think it is, that, they're just all about sex. That's all this book is. Do you feel that this book is going to help perpetrate that even further?
I don't. I think sex is a healthy part of any relationship, straight or gay, and I wanted to portray all facets of sex. Even some of the stuff people may not be comfortable with. Mm-hmm. Maybe even some gay people may not be comfortable looking at it, but I wanted to push the boundaries a little bit and make people think. Art is about making you think and question, and that's what I wanted to do.
So your line, which you've had for years now, has taken you all over the world. Would it be safe to say here in America that the whole topic of sex, it's just taboo as it would be in other countries?
It depends. It's very taboo here as opposed to Europe, where it's just very free. Mm-hmm. Even you turn on public television and there's commercials with nudity, and wow. It's not a big deal.
That's interesting. But that seems to be why a book like this, which probably in Europe, no big deal. It's probably an everyday thing. It's such a big thing here in America. What is it that you want people to walk away with when they look at and view this book? What do you want them to walk away with?
I want people to walk away empowered and inspired in their own lives.
So what would be the one word to describe this book?
The one word to describe this book would be resistance.
That seems to be the word of the It seems to be the word for the next 4 years, I have to say. Well, thank you very much, Andrew. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today. Go out tonight to Effex. He is doing a book signing. Go out there, get the book, view it, resist. It's whole key word here. Thank you. Teresa Ewers with Pride and Equality. Talk to you later.